Norok, everyone! It's time to study the Bible today. We are going to be discussing, did Satan invent money? The answer is yes. In Luke chapter 16 verse 9, money was referred to as the mammon of unrighteousness, and the Bible makes it clear that all bad things come from Satan. As it was said in 1 John, "He that committeth sin is of the devil, for the devil sinneth from the beginning. For this purpose the Son of God was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil." 1 John chapter 3 verse 8. We can also look at John chapter 8 verse 44. Of course, money isn't bad by itself. Like fire and knives, it is only bad because of what we use it for. From the foundation of the world, money has created competition, envy, lust, and other unrighteous things. Thus, Satan lured us into creating institutions that revolved around money because he knew we wouldn't use it wisely. He is the God of this world, so he had the power to do all this stuff. He created a society where if you have money, you're honored, worshipped, and glorified. As it was said in Proverbs, "The poor is hated even of his own neighbor, but the rich hath many friends." Proverbs chapter 14 verse 20. People's love of money has caused it to become a god, meaning that in addition to using money to sin against God, we have started to use it to ignore him entirely, breaking the first commandment in Exodus chapter 20 verse 3. People see all the things money can do for them and forsake God and his principles as a result. 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 10. People who displayed such disobedience include Gehazi in 2 Kings chapter 5 verses 20 to 27 and Judas in John chapter 12 verses 1 to 8. Therefore, my advice is that we should see money only as a worldly thing we can use to advance God's purpose. If we buy food and water, for example, we can sustain ourselves and thus continue to give God praise. We can also use our cash to support those who God has appointed to preach the gospel, according to Isaiah chapter 52 verse 7 and Matthew chapter 10 verse 42. To conclude, I'll share a verse in 1 Timothy, where Paul advised us on how to spend our money properly. "Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. That they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate, laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life." 1 Timothy chapter 6 verses 17 to 19. And that is where I'm going to stop with this Bible Q&A. Did Satan invent money? Yes, he did, but we can still use it to advance God's purpose. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe.